2020 has been a year like none other. And as we look to 2021 with hope and a vaccination for the COVID-19 global pandemic, we reflect on our Prime Minister's gaffe-tastic moments. It's hard to imagine Justin Trudeau topping what he did last year or even the year before that, but he managed to. So here we present to you the biggest gaffes, flubs, and mess-ups from Justin Trudeau in 2020.
Trudeau continues to face criticism for his government's handling of the border and when it should have been closed. Calls to close things down came as early as the end of January. But as time went on, it was becoming obvious the Liberal government didn't act fast enough to close our border and put in any real screening measures at our international airports.
This memo from February 10th shows that the federal government is still pondering, what kind of travel restrictions, what type of screening, what type of self-isolation measures should be needed for people coming to Canada from Hubei.
In the beginnings, there was discussion of whether or not we should entirely close our borders to China the way the United States did. We did not. We will be denying entry to Canada to people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents.
Look, I know that this is an evolving situation. I know that this is a virus like we haven't dealt with in anyone's memory. Yet, the government saw some of the writing on the wall. They chose not to act, though. These memos show a government that's cautious, that is plotting, that is slow. That is not what we needed in this time.
Obviously, the way this situation has unfolded has been unfortunate.
Don't you love how Justin Trudeau calls this unfortunate how things played out? He's the one whose government gave a nearly $1 billion contract with a $20 million administration fee to We Charity.
Why did you, at that moment, not call the ethics commissioner and recuse yourself?
Because I knew full well that this Canada Summer Students Grant Program was not going to directly benefit my mother or my brother.
Your 16 seconds are up. Your 16 seconds are up. How much? I'm looking for a dollar figure.
We can get that number for you if you like. It's been out in the media.
It's been in the media, but you don't know it?
I don't have it in front of me. And
you don't know how much your family has received from this organization, which you tried to give $500 million, really?
So gross and disgusting that this Prime Minister keeps using the pandemic as an excuse for his corruption.
As I apologized for, I should have recused myself because of the connection with the families.
Today, I wrote a check in payment of $41,366.
Canadians will find it impossible to believe that this organization showered you with $41,000 worth of luxury and accommodations, and that you didn't know about it.
I'll be stepping down as Finance Minister.
I accepted Bill Morneau's resignation as Minister of Finance.
The only surprising thing about Bill Morneau's late-night resignation was that it took as long as it did. Really, the political scandal swirling everything that has happened with the Trudeau government since the We Charity issue broke was that it is a rudderless government, one with fires all over the place. And its latest political victim is Bill Morneau. But should it have been Justin Trudeau?
But freedom of expression is not unlimited. For example, it's not allowed to cry fire in a packed cinema.
As France continues to reel from the terrorist attacks by Islamic extremists, the issue of freedom of speech and freedom of expression are in the forefront yet again. After Justin Trudeau responded to the terrorist attacks, he was asked about whether or not there is any equivocation when it comes to freedom of expression or freedom of speech. The Prime Minister shockingly did not give a full-throated argument in favor of freedom of speech and freedom of expression, one of the things that's protected for us here as Canadians. He put caveats on it. He did the whataboutism. Justin Trudeau even went so far as to suggest we can't have a limitless freedom of expression and freedom of speech. It's like we can't yell fire in a movie theater. Of course, that's a patently ridiculous example and an absurd notion.
Prime Minister Trudeau, Ms. Thunberg, please go ahead.
Hello, Greta.
Oh, hello, Prime Minister. Hello.
So it turns out it was a prank. We all know that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau likes to be well known and loved by the Gluminati out there, the celebrity set. Well, turns out Russian pranksters who have gone after some other world leaders got Justin Trudeau, called the Prime Minister and claimed to be the global warming activist Greta Thunberg, where the fake Greta went on and on about world leaders, pressed Justin Trudeau on Donald Trump, and also said that it's time for Canada to leave NATO. But it was really only when the Russian pranksters said to Trudeau that they wanted to meet Terrence and Phillip of the South Park fame when the shoe really dropped and he figured out that this was indeed just a prank.
Terrence and Phillip, were they not in South Park?
Sadly, once again, Justin Trudeau has egg on his face. Did we miss something? Log on to Facebook and Twitter, let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.